All right, Shalom. For the first, I want to give our praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushai. Double honor to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and to all the outcome across the globe. Put you in the word, truth, and shade. I want to say Shalom. This is a little, well, not a little, Lord, we're just edifying. Hey, before I start off, I want to say this real quick. There's nothing more precious than hearing the voice of a brother, man. Okay? All right? When you're struggling, when you're down and out, you know, when you're feeling like the spirit ain't dealing with you, when you're feeling like you're having a hard time, the Lord put a stumbling block, you can't get lessons out, you may have forgot what you read last night, you know, pick up a phone and call a brother, man. You know, there's nothing wrong with asking a brother to pray for you. There's nothing wrong with praying for other brothers, you know. And I say that to say this because I was talking to a brother, and he said a lot of, you know, said some things to me, and I took them to heart, you know, like I do, I try to do, and you know, he basically gave me a topic for this lesson, you know, about serving the Lord, and we gotta serve the Lord better than what Satan served the Lord, man. All right. So basically, the gist of the lesson is Satan serving the Lord better than you? Is Satan serving the Lord better than you? All right. And through the Spirit, we're gonna give you the precepts and just look how Satan, how the Lord deals with Satan, and how Satan does his job. Okay. This is Job. Job 1:7. I'm gonna start at 6. It said, now there was a day when the sons of the Most High came to present themselves before the Lord, and Satan came also among them. So this lets you know already out the gate, okay, that if Satan was in hell, how is he? If Satan is in hell, in the middle of the earth, burning with fire, how is he in the presence of the Lord? Okay, that's a whole other topic for another time. Verse 7: and the Lord said unto Satan, whence comest thou? Then Satan answered Yahweh and said, from going to and fro on the earth, and up and from walking up and down in it. So the Lord is asking Satan, what is he doing? Satan said, basically, I'm doing my job. Walking up and down the earth, okay, to and fro, all right, looking for malicious, looking to do the Lord's bidding, man, okay, all right, that's what Satan's here to do the Lord's bidding. And if we're men of the Lord, we're going to be doing the Lord's bidding as well. But let's see how fervent Satan is about his job, and we're going to compare that to brothers in his truth. All right. It says, and the Lord said to Satan, whence comest thou? Then Satan answered the Lord and said, from going to and fro on the earth, and from walking up and down in it. And Yahweh said unto Satan, hast thou considered my servant Job, that there is none like him in the earth, a perfect and upright man, one that feareth the Most High, and escheweth evil? Then Satan answered Yahweh and said, does Job fear the Most High for naught? You know, he asked the Lord a question, right? And it has not thou made a hedge about him, and about his house, and about all that he hath on every side? Thou hast blessed the work of his hands, and his substance is increased in the land. So the Lord is, you know, saying to the Lord, you know, he's serving you because you blessed him. Okay? So, verse 11. Said, put forth thy hand now, and it's the Lord talking, put forth thy hand now and touch all that he have, and he will curse thee to thy face. This is Satan, it's like that was Satan talking. So let me read it again. But put forth thine hand now and touch all that he have, and he will curse thee to thy face. And Yahweh said unto Satan, behold, all that he have is in thy power, only upon himself put not forth thine hand. So Satan went forth from the presence of the Lord. Okay? So Satan came to the Lord, all right, walking up to and fro. The Lord gave him a proposal. Try my servant Job. Okay, so basically, the Lord gave Satan the okay to touch everything that Job has, but he just can't touch his life. And let's see the reaction of Satan. This is verse 12 again. And the Lord said unto Satan, Behold, all that he has is in thy power, only upon himself put not forth thine hand. So Satan went forth from the presence of the Lord. And so when the Lord is talking to you, how fast do you react, man? Okay? When the Lord puts certain things in your mind, or he may send a brother to you to receive a message, okay, about what it is you may need to do, or the Lord may be talking to you, through the Spirit on a daily basis. But are you listening? Are you going to go and do what he says straightway, like Satan did, man? It says, and there was a day when his sons and daughters were eating and drinking wine in the eldest brother's house, and there came a messenger unto Job and said, the oxen were plowing and the asses feeding beside them, and the Savior fell upon them and took them away. They have slain the servants with the edge of the sword, and only I am escaped along to tell thee. And if you continue reading on in the book of Job, there was more and more going on in that day, man. Satan was extremely busy, okay, to do the Lord's work, man. He straightway left and went to get busy, man, doing his job, man. So how much more us doing our job on the right-hand side, man? Pushing out these videos, doing the work, being fervent. Are you going to let Satan outwork you? Job. This is Job 2 and 2. I'm going to start at 1. Again, there was a day when the sons of the Most High came to present themselves before Yahweh, and Satan came also among them to present himself before the Lord. Now, this is another occasion, right? The Lord said to Satan, From whence comest thou? And Satan answered the Lord and said, From going to and fro on the earth, and from walking up and down in it. And Yahweh said unto Satan, Hast thou considered my servant Job, that there is none like him in the earth, a perfect and upright man, one that feareth the Most High and escheweth evil? And still he holdeth fast his integrity, although thou movest me against him, destroy him without a cause. And Satan answered the Lord and said, Skin for skin, yea, all that a man has will he give for his life. But put forth thine hand now, and touch his bone and flesh, and he will curse thee to thy face. And Yahweh said to Satan, Behold, he is in thine hand, but save his life. So went Satan forth from the presence of the Lord, and smote Job with sores, boils from the sole of his foot unto his crown. All right, so there we go again. We got Satan doing the work. All right, Satan has a job to do. That's to be an adversary to the house of Israel, man, to the elect. Okay, and this is Satan symbolic. That Job is symbolic for Israel, man. The Lord has let Satan do his work wonderfully, man. So how much more us pushing the word, living the word, being examples of the Most High's heritage, and bringing forth more work than damn Satan do, man? How are you gonna let Satan do his job better than you, man? He's more busy and more fervent and more diligent than a lot of these brothers, man. First Kings. First Kings. First Kings, I'm going to start at 19. This is 1 Kings 22 and 19. And he said, Hear thou, therefore, the word of Yahweh. I saw the Lord sitting on his throne, and all the host of heaven standing by him on his right hand and on his left. To let you know that everybody's in, the good angels and the right hand angels and the left hand angels are all up there with the Lord, man. Okay? And said, The Lord said, Who shall persuade Ahab that he may go up and fall at Ramoth Gilead? And one said on this manner, and the other said on that manner. So there, all right. So here we are. The Lord's having a delegation, so to speak, between the two sides, and both sides are throwing suggestions about how they're going to persuade Ahab, right? So all of them are basically they're all applying for the job to go persuade Ahab. All right, verse 21. And there came forth a spirit and stood before Yahweh and said, I will persuade him. The Lord said unto him, Wherewith? And he said, I will go forth, and I will be a lying spirit in the mouth of all his prophets. And he said, Thou shalt persuade him and prevail. Go forth and do so. Now therefore, behold, the Lord hath put a lying spirit in the mouth of all these prophets, and the Lord has spoke evil concerning thee. So here we are. We got a spirit who came with a suggestion about him being a lying spirit to the prophets and to Ahab. Okay, and he went forth and succeeded in his mission, man. The Lord said, and it's gonna prevail. So the Lord is giving Satan charge, man. In a lot of instances, man, charge over this earth. Okay, he gave him a straight charge to try us, man. And Satan is doing his job with a fervency, man. Okay, you can't let Satan be hotter than you to do the work of the Lord, man. Okay, and this is all that I'm trying to get across, is that Satan is eager to do the work of the Lord, man. First Peter 5 and 8 says, Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary the devil, as a roaring lion, walking about, seeking whom he may devour, man. All right, so Satan is walking around all day, constantly trying to find work to do, man. Are you up all day trying to find some work to do? Do you let sleep? Do you let being tired, being hungry, stop you from doing the necessary requirements to fulfill your ministry on a daily basis, man? Are you, now of course there's a balance. We're not going to be 24 hours, 7 days a week in the scriptures, but are you being diligent? Are you letting your fingers do the walking through these pages of these scriptures, man? Are you trying to devour this word to get this word in you? Satan's doing his job. Are you going to do yours? Luke 22 and 31. And Yahweh said, Simon, Simon, behold, Satan has desired to have you, that he may sift you as wheat. So Satan has a desire to try us, man. And we should have that same desire in pushing this word, man. We should have the same desire of proving to Satan that he can't have the victory over us, man. The same desire that Satan has trying to sift us, trying to put make us stumble and fall, the same desire we should have to try to fight to make us stand and to push His word, man. All right, we can't be letting something that the Lord gave us power over to take hold of us and to beat us and to beat us, man. The Sirach. The Sirach 42. And I'm gonna start it at 23. It says all things live and remain forever, for all uses, and they are all obedient. Okay. All right. So read up. It was talking about wisdom. Let me get it. Is Sirach. I'm gonna just get to the point. Just basically, it's a lot to read. But it goes to the uses of wisdom, how the Son and the Lord had made these ordinances and decrees. All right, for the sun, for the moon, for the rain, for the hail. Okay, all those things are kept in store by the word of the Lord. Okay, those storms those earthquakes, those typhoons and hurricanes and so-called natural disasters, and all those things of the Lord's Spirit is on all those things, man. When the Lord sends him to go forth to do His will, all right, it's going to accomplish the thing that it does, man. All things are obedient, man. Okay, now how much more do we got to be obedient to Yahweh Shem Yahushai if all if the spirits He created are obedient, man? Sirach 39 and 28. It says, there be spirits that are created for vengeance. Within their fury lay on sword strokes. In the time of destruction they pour out their force and appease the wrath of Him that made them. Okay? All right? Hey. So the Lord has created these spirits, all right, to go out here to chasten Israel. And they're happy to do so, man. When them when that angel came down and smote Israel for King David numbering them, the Lord had to put a stop to it, man, because He was so vehemently destroying Jake, man, taking Jake out. He did it so fast and with such efficiency that the Lord had to put a stop to it, man. So how much more do we got to be fervent and fiery and pushing the word and appeasing the Lord who made us, man? Are you mean to tell me that the Lord, that us being the prophets, and some of us had a hand in creating this, and that we're going to let the creation, okay, be more fervent than us? Let's think about that, Akim. The Lord has created these things for His use. How much more us being created for the use of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man, and being happy to do it, man, not begrudgingly or doing it with a sad face or countenance, man. You're supposed to be happy to push this word, man. It shouldn't be a burden, man. Deuteronomy. Let me get Ecclesiastes first. It's Ecclesiastes This is Ecclesiastes. That's crazy. I got that too. Ecclesiastes 12 and 13. It says, "Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear the Most High, keep His commandments, for this is the whole duty of man." Hey, that's our whole duty, man. Serve the Lord, keep His commandments, man. Okay? If Satan can serve the Lord and be obedient, how much more us, man? How much more us? Deuteronomy 10. It says, it's Deuteronomy 10 and 12. "And now Israel, what doth the Lord thy power require of thee? But to fear the Lord thy power, to walk in all his ways, and to love him, and to serve the Lord thy power with all thy heart and with all thy soul. To keep the commandments of Yahweh and the statutes which I command thee this day for good, for thy good," man. Okay? The only thing the Lord requires us is to fear him and to serve him, man. To be obedient. The wind is obedient. The waves are obedient. Satan is obedient. You letting Satan be more obedient than us, man. You know? So with that, I hope it was edifying. All right, hey, don't let Satan put in more work than us, man. You know? With that, we'll say shalom.